Ryan, I know that the team in general needed a win, but just kind of a feel-good game tonight by winning it by that kind of margin.
It was nice to get out to an early lead, and I thought we carried momentum from shift after shift on the period. And we needed desperately a win just to build some confidence. Obviously, you can hear the room right now. It's sort of at ease and relaxed. And now we can have confidence that we can win. We can come from behind if we need to, but we played with the lead, and it was nice.
How about for you personally, Ryan, to put up some points and contribute, be used as much as you were in a game like this, despite, you start on what would be considered a fourth line, but make an impact?
Got an early text that I was going to play the center on the fourth line, and every game's an opportunity. You want to make the most of it in whatever position you're playing, and I relished that a little bit last year. Playing in your own zone is a little bit different. Playing in the offensive zone is a little different when you're playing center, but I tried to relish it as best I can, and Luke and Jesse played well also.
You're inching closer to Glenn Anderson's power play goals record as an Oiler. I think he tied Wayne Gretzky tonight.
Yeah.
How nice is it to be right up there and on his birthday?
Well, first of all, it's an honor to play in the league, and to even tie a record with Gretz and amongst those names is, it's obviously an honor, and I've played a little bit longer than those guys here, but needless to say, those guys are, Hall of Famers, great players that, grew the game to where it's at today.
Scrivens?
Team played well tonight.
Just jumped in late. Just kind of your thoughts on the game. Obviously, pretty overall good performance for you guys.
Yeah, it was a good team. All four lines, all 60 were rolling pretty good, and we got contributions from everyone tonight. It seemed like whether they were on the score sheet or not, everyone played well, and it was nice to get a win.
Talking about Vince Scrivens made a lot of saves for you guys, especially in the second period on that power play.
Yeah, he at the end there, the second period on that penalty kill, he made a few big ones that if they would have got one, who knew what could happen, and he definitely played great back there.
Just honestly, coming here, you guys are laughing and yucking it up a little bit after a while.
Yeah, it's feels really good. We haven't had a lot of that this year, and to get a nice 5-1 win tonight feels good. And we got to continue that now, and hopefully string a couple together.
Ben, it seemed like there was a fair amount of traffic around you tonight. You had to maybe fight through on a few occasions.
Yeah, that's how you score goals in the NHL, by getting guys to the front of the net, crashing and banging. And We had some fortunate calls go our way. I tend to agree with them, but I'm obviously a little biased. So, fortunate that they did go our way and we were able to hold on. But that being said, I thought our D-core did a great job of boxing out in front, clearing rebounds, and that enabled us to battle through all those rebounds in front there.
You saw a lot of pucks. It's safe to say you kind of felt more comfortable than you have yet here. Do you seem to settle in there nice?
I felt pretty comfortable against Vancouver. I thought I played a pretty solid game there. The results don't always match up with how you feel, and really you got to win some games when you don't feel good. So going by how you feel and whether you're comfortable, it's a bad way to analyze a game. The fortunate thing is guys did a good job of allowing me to see pucks, and guys did a good job of allowing me to see pucks, and they did a good job of clearing rebounds when they were there.
You came to this team during a tough stretch. How nice is it to get a win and finally see a lighter atmosphere around here again?
Yeah, well, I thought we should have kept our heads up after the Vancouver game. And even Winnipeg, I thought we played pretty well. Obviously the results didn't go our way, but even the last game against Phoenix, we probably not the first period we wanted, but I thought we played 2 solid periods after that. It's going to be a matter of just working on the little things in our game, but from where I am, and granted I'm new around here, but I see a lot of positives that we can build off of. But that being said, it's a learning curve, and hopefully we took a good step forward today.
Regardless, but ref called in the second one. I was getting hacked and whacked and ended up falling on the goal, I think, and ended up putting it in the net. It's disallowed, so those things happen. Hopefully next time it's good.
What was the issue?
I didn't get much, but I know even on one of their goals, he kind of knocked over Hutz and kind of said that I ran him over a little bit on the way, but that stuff happens, I guess.
It's a 5-1 game, but still, those are 2 key plays and momentum shifts. How it's going to work out.
Yeah, we played well, especially in the third. We had quite a bit of chances to get back into it. They obviously took advantage of a couple mistakes that we made off the rush and maybe a little bit on the penalty kill, but they're a very skilled team, and I don't know, happens that way sometimes.
Game after these 2 losses.
Yeah, obviously not the result we wanted. Again, in this league, every team's a really good team, no matter the standings. So, got to find ways to get 2 points. We didn't tonight, so got to move on and try to get the next ones.
Is there any extra frustration in just kind of 1 point in these last 2 games against teams that obviously you got to beat in order to sort of kind of start jumping some teams to make the postseason run?
Yeah, like I said, we gotta start making that move up, and we don't want to go down in the standings. And these last 2 games, we got to find ways to get more points. So again, yeah, it's something that we're not happy with, and again, it's something in this league where you got to shake it off pretty quickly and move on to the next game.
Penalty kills were pretty rough the last couple of games. What do you think sort of been some issues there?
Tonight was tough. I don't know. The first goal on the PK was a little rough. I think I don't know if it was goalie interference or not. They called it, whatever. But we just got to get shots outside of the middle and try to box out for our goaltender.
Thanks, Paul. Appreciate
Yep.
it.
Matt Cullen, Victor Stahlberg, upper body injuries. They'll be reevaluated tomorrow.
Obviously tough to kind of go through Alberta and only get 1 point. What's sort of your mood and thoughts on these last 2 games? And just
well,
last ground.
yeah. Well, obviously, I'm quite disappointed. We had a game in the other night in Calgary. We let a point slip away, And tonight, I think obviously Edmonton can do a lot of things, but we had it 1-1 after first. I thought we would be in good shape, and we gave up a real. I thought it was a poor goal in terms of our structure, bad coverage by us, and they got the second goal, and then obviously when they got the third goal, that took a lot of steam out of our bench. So we had a little bit of a push, and then they scored 4 and 5, and it was game over. So they did a good job. They defended pretty well. They they executed when they did, and they stayed disciplined. So credit to the Oilers. They played a sort of a desperate game and didn't give us too much early, and executed when we made a mistake. They executed. That's what they do.
See, Taylor Beck had 2 kind of weird plays. Have you ever seen anything like that before? 2 goals getting called back off of goal interference like that?
Yeah.
Kind of. Do you have any thoughts on those? Or
no, just didn't like them. Didn't like them. I wish they were goals.
I don't think Ekholm played that much this game. What was
I don't think he played.
What?
I don't think he played.
I think he had maybe one or 2 shifts. What was the thinking behind
Well, just sometimes you try too hard to get 7D, and he really hasn't played forward. So I thought we could rotate our forwards through a little bit and for one game.
PK's been a little rough the last couple games. How do you shore that up?
Well, we got to get some shot blocks. It starts with the draw. We're not winning a lot of draws, and therefore we're starting in our end all the time. We need a couple blocks, and we got to be. We're getting scored on a little bit here. There's certain pressure points that we've got to jump. We're tentative on jumping on certain pressure points, and therefore they're getting set up, and it's way too easy. There's good players who are going to execute good plays.
Any win now feels good. It's and obviously a special night when anybody can tie one of Gretzky's records. For Ryan, that was at least a special thing to see, and hopefully he can keep moving up the charts there. But anything that has Mr. Gretzky's name on it and you can match it is a great accomplishment, and we're very proud of Ryan.
Maybe just if you can evaluate his game, he said he sort of found out, not last minute, but that he was going to be moved into the middle, and then what would be presumed to be on a 4th line. You had all kinds of minutes, and just seemed to give you one of those games that you need from a guy that's in that position.
That's a great thing about the veteran guys. Like, they don't need long heads up about anything. It's where do you want me to play, and let's go. So he's been a pleasure to coach. He's just done what we've asked of him, and we're able to find the minutes on the penalty kill. He's helped us there, and this year we've used him in the net front on the power play, and he's willing to go there. He likes it. He likes to be in the battle in front of the net. But the biggest thing for me was that line's play 5-on-5 was great tonight. They gave us lots of minutes in the offensive zone. They cycled pucks in the third when we had kind of taken our foot off the pedal, and we're spending a lot of time in our zone. Every time they went out, they got us going back in the right direction again. So, Ryan's the driver there of those 3 tonight. He's the one coaching them along on what we needed to do, and Luke and Jesse were both excellent as well.
You may consider this a stupid question, but having that skills competition have any effect on this game tonight? Just having the guys out there.
It could. There might be something to it with their mindset, because it's you go out in the skills competition and all you hear is cheering, and there's no mistakes, and nothing kind of goes against you. And I think it's a real positive atmosphere that our fans are raining down on our players, and it certainly doesn't hurt your mindset when you're leaving the rink and you're coming back. It sometimes helps you forget where you're really at, and but you could be right. It could have helped their mindset with the number of losses we had in a row, put us in a little bit more positive frame of mind, and then coming out and scoring early certainly helped us as well. It gets the people behind you. You go into these buildings where it's rocking right off the bat, and it helps the home team every time.
As your defenseman moved the puck very well tonight, and a lot of the forwards talk about how much easier that makes the game. Obviously, you'd like that every night, but what did you see specifically different from your defensemen and their puck moving tonight that maybe it hasn't been there, and how you'd like it to be more consistent?
Well, it's a number of things. It was simplicity first, and it's always the best way. I thought we were going back hard for pucks. Scrivens did an unbelievable job tonight. I don't know if you guys could hear him up top, but he was barking and talking, and he was like conducting the orchestra back there. And that's important. It's the communication in this game. It's a skill, and it's one that hasn't been taught very, very well as these players come up. A lot of them don't speak that much on the ice, and but our retrievals were good. Our simplicity was good. Ben was excellent, directing traffic back there, and then lastly, our forwards came back low, and they were available, and it was short passes. And when you're making short passes coming out of your zone, you always exit cleanly.
34 saves for Ben tonight. Yeah, I don't know if your plan was in place before this game, but you have to consider going back to him, or do you?
Yeah, I'd consider it, except for, the stats don't line up for you very well going back to back with a goalie. It's one thing you'd usually push a guy into it if you had a shutout or something. I think you have to go with him, but we'll talk about it a little bit more. But my early vote will be to go with Briz.
I'm not sure if I read this tweet from your wife correctly tonight. Was that the first night your kids went to a game?
Oh no, my wife's tweeting. Everybody's tweeting. Yeah, that was the first game that my daughters had been to, and just because they used to come to the games all the time in the American League because we played at 3 o'clock, and they're very little, but they had a ball tonight, and maybe they're good luck. Maybe they're gonna have to come to every game.
Think Ferentz be going to Vancouver?
What's that?
Ferentz going to Vancouver?
That's a good question. I would guess no, and we'll get you that answer as soon as we walk in. But I'm 99% no. But I'll get you the 100.